Out with the old and in with the new. Viper has just released their Viper V3 Pro to retailers, and I had to fulfill that mouse itch in the back of my head and see what all the hype is about. So let's try it and rate it 1 through 10. Also, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff if you're enjoying the video. I want this channel to be more review focused, so make sure you drop suggestions on things to review and ways to improve the next video. Anyways, the Razer Viper V3 Pro. It has a slightly higher hump in comparison to its predecessor, very similar to the GPX, although I am truly loving the shape of the V3 Pro. And the fact it's approximately 54 grams, so it's lighter, arguably a better shape, and it's got a nice coating for most people. But there's a bigger selling point to this mouse that its top competitor still isn't doing, and that's the fact that it comes with the true 8K hyperpolling dongle, meaning this mouse gives you a seamless experience and less input lag. However, don't let that fool you into thinking you'll be better. You will still suck at video games. In terms of the sound test, I will say I still prefer my super light. But that doesn't mean the Razer ones are bad. The scroll wheel and side buttons on the Viper clear the Superlight. I love how I feel every movement in comparison to the Superlight, which feels like it can easily lead to accidental inputs. The mouse feet are nice. I'm glad that they went the full-size feet route as opposed to the separate corners they had previously. I can play on both, but the full-size ones have a smoother glide to them that I personally prefer. Unfortunately, I sold all of my glass pads because I didn't feel like shipping them out, so I can't test them too, but if you have, share a comment about it. I'll most likely end up changing the feet out because I'm a fan of X-ray pads, Jade feet, as well as core pads, but right out the box, I'm liking it. This mouse also comes with Razer's new Focus Pro 35K optical sensor. Some of the notable features are the DPI increase in increments of one option that's now available, as well as the sensitivity matcher that lets you convert the DPI of a different mouse to your Viper, although it may just be me, but I don't find this tool to be accurate or useful whatsoever, unless I'm using it wrong. There's always controversy in regards to the benefits of 8000 Hz and whether they're legit or not. In my personal experience, the difference between 1000 Hz and 8000 is significantly more noticeable than the likes of maybe 1 to 4000. This mouse feels drastically better than my Pulsar mice, my Beast X, and my Superlight, which was my main mouse up until now, but not to the extent that I would disregard the importance of finding a shape that's truly beneficial and comfortable for me. The Razer just happens to have a shell that I like more as well. There's definitely a noticeable difference when you're playing games as well, but I feel like in high intensity situations, say mid-comp match, you won't realistically be keen to picking these distinctions up, being locked in and all, but they are there. But if you're aim training, you may be a little more aware of the difference in the feel of your mice to monitor movements. The way I see it, if it has better internals overall, whether or not you personally can pinpoint them, why not just consider it worth a cop? Especially if you know it's got a feel that you like. The tech being better, even if it's indistinguishable to you, doesn't have to be a bad thing. It just means you know your mouse is working in the background. Just make sure your PC is also pimped enough to run it. I currently run an Asus 240Hz monitor on overdrive to 280. I actually found a study on the correlation between the monitor's refresh rate, and I will link it below because I'm not reading over all of it for you, and found that 8000 Hz performs well compared to the 1000 Hz across the board, but it is more distinguishable on higher refresh rate monitors. I'm currently prepping to move and I'm very poor, so I'm unable to test this on a 360 or 540 Hz monitor, but if you do use them with 8000 Hz mice, do share your experiences. There are two things that I don't like about the mouse, and both are specific to me and may not affect you. It's the mouse price and the coating. For the coating, this mouse sits in my hand well, but for some reason, and it's only on this mouse, my hand turns into a pool of sweat and I don't like it. I play in a cold room all day, so it's annoying and it's something I pick up easily, but whether or not this would affect your experience, I don't really know. And the price. The price isn't necessarily a Razer issue, and I can confidently say with Razer marketing it at $160, I have definitely seen people pay a lot more for worse mice. I just feel like this price range closes the doors to introducing people to genuinely good peripherals. The only people I know really shilling out the money for mice at this range is aim demons, peripheral gurus, and pros. But I would love to see the focus shift into making premium performance more accessible to people who aren't trying to pay that price range. And yes, Razer has alternatives to compensate at lower price points, which I love from them, but it's a general issue I have and not necessarily a Razer issue, like I said. I'd love to see just more regular or above average gamers be able to seek these products out. To me, anything over $150 would be practical if it was like limited edition stuff, like a Nacho Customs type design on a mouse. Keep in mind, I have seen posts about the white variant being a little bit cheaper than the black. I think that one in some areas is 140, but I haven't confirmed that for myself. But that's all besides the point. The way it stands now, Razer is packing a lot into this mouse for the price that it's at, and I definitely recommend this mouse to anyone looking to pick up a new mouse. Up until now, my B-Stacks and my Superlight have been my main mice, but I really just don't feel the need to use them anymore because this mouse fixes the comfort issues I had with the V2 Pro while maintaining performance that I don't really get from any of my other mice. In the future, this will most likely be the baseline mouse I use when I want to compare new mice that I pick up to something that I find to be a good standard for all mice consumers in 2024. Again, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and share it with your mama. If you're curious, try new equipment, and remember, no matter what toys you buy, you're still gonna suck at games. Peace.